Let's just look at the front page of the Times. Help to Buy house giant faces loss of contract. This is just the latest big public contract. Tell us more about this, Linda.
Yeah, so Persimmon, this house builder, are going to report a pretty impressive £1 billion of profit. And they're actually really, in terms of Help to Buy, they account for a huge number of the homes under this scheme. And so what you're finding are a few things in this story, which I think is why in the review of Help to Buy, which is coming up in 2021, Persimmon might be in trouble. So for instance, it looks like there's an issue around standards of the housing that they're building. And so their profit per home is actually increasing. There's also an issue of them offering leasehold, so they're charging ground rent to these new buyers instead of giving them the freehold. And I think for those reasons, this scheme, which is intended to help first-time buyers, I don't think it was intended to help house builders gain profit at the expense of those buyers subsidized by the government.
And there's already been questions asked about this scheme and whether it is the right way to tackle the problems that people are facing getting onto the housing level.
Yes, it probably has just inflated prices, to be frank, and so of course it's helped some people push the price up for other people. So personally, I've never thought it's a good thing, but also it is a disgrace that this use of leasehold to sell an increasing number of houses. I mean, it used to be the case that, you know, if you came from outside London, like I did, leasehold was a thing you almost didn't ever think about. Most properties were houses, they were freehold and so on. And it was just really a flat thing. And if you're selling a house, there seems to be no reason to do it other than to make money. And of course, it leaves people with some very disadvantageous and an uncontrollable cost in the future. That's what's been happening. And it seems a scandal that a company that's been using a government scheme to make all this money is operating in that way and leaving people who are, you know, buying a house in good faith suddenly in a terrible situation ongoing with very high costs.